in this video, we start with relational or comparison operators, which basically evaluate to either true or false. And in computer language, true means any non-zero value and false means 0. So if you are using relational or comparison operators, the answer would be 0 if it is false and 1 if it is true. Any non-zero value is true, but the computer would assign value 1. So let's say you have three variables x, y and z having values 2, 5 and 3. If you do something like 7 equal to 5, equal to compares the two numbers. It's similar to the equal to sign, but the difference is a single equal to is used to assign values and a double equal to would compare the two values. So if you write x equals to 5, it would assign value 5 to x and the result of that expression would be 5. But if you write x equals to 5, this would result in a true or false. The expression would evaluate to either true or false and not 5. So when you do 7 equals to 5, this evaluates to false and hence the answer is 0. When you do x equals to 2, this is true and it evaluates to 1. Now when you do y plus 4, this simply means that you can compare two valid mathematical operators. So when you do y plus 4, which this evaluates to 9 and this is greater than x into z. X into z is 3 into 2, 6. So 9 is greater than 6? Yes. So this evaluates to 1. Then you have y equals to 2 equal to x. So if something like this happens, a value of 2 is assigned to y. So the value of y changes from 5 to 2 and then this whole expression becomes equals to 2. So the comparison is 2 equal to x, which is true and hence 1. Then there are logical operators which are not and or. This exclamation mark is a sign for not. So this will reverse the value from true to false and from false to true. So not 6 less than equals to 4. 6 less than equals to 4 is false. But since there are not, so this expression evaluates to true, that is 1. Not true, that means false or 0. 5 equals to 5. So this evaluates to true, that is 1, and 3 greater than 6. This evaluates to false. And means that both the expressions should be true and would result in 1 only if both the expressions are true. So the overall result of this expression would be false, that is 0. On the other hand, if you do this with an or, this would give you 1, that is true, or false. So for or to be true, you can have any one of the expressions as true or both of them. So this would evaluate to true. Now, when you talk about and or are short-circuiting operators. What we mean by this? It simply means that if the first expression of the or operator evaluates to true, this means that in spite of the fact that the second expression is true or false, the answer would obviously be true. So the compiler is not going to evaluate your second expression and simply tell you the answer as 1. On the other hand, when you talk about and, the first expression is true. Depending upon whether the second expression is true or false, the answer of and will vary. But if the first expression is false, the compiler don't need to check whether the second expression is true or false. It would simply give the answer as 0 without evaluating the second expression. This is called short circuiting. This is something interesting. Ternary operators gives you the power to make your program take decisions. So let's say you have something like this. So it first checks x greater than y. This evaluates to false in this case because x is 2 and y is 5. Then you have the question mark sign. So question mark sign would check whether this is true or false, and if this expression evaluates to true, the expression just after the question mark sign would be evaluated. But if the expression is false, the expression after the colon would be evaluated. So this is called a ternary operator because it takes three operands, 1, 2 and 3. So what would be the answer of this expression? This expression is evaluating to false. So the expression after the colon gets evaluated, that is max num is equals to y. That is max num becomes equals to 5. So using this expression, you are capable enough to ask your computer to decide which of the two numbers is bigger. Since now you know how you can make your computer take decisions, you have a lot of power in your hand. But ternary operator becomes quite confusing at times. So we have something called if-else statements which are used to write conditional statements, and we'll discuss about them in the next video. Then we have the comma operator. Comma operator you have been using when you write int x comma y, you are using comma operator. So comma operator is used to uh, provide a division between two numbers. So you have x and y. This is the result when you write int x comma y. Two variables x and y are declared. Now this is something new. So you write x equals to y equals to 3 comma y plus 2. Comma operator starts evaluating the expressions from the left hand side, and the final result is the rightmost part. So it would first evaluate y equals to 3. So it assigns a value of 3 to y, and then it evaluates y plus 2, that is 5, and the whole answer of this expression is the answer of the rightmost expression, that is y plus 2. So x is assigned a value of y plus 2, that is 5. Then there are bitwise operators. Bitwise operators would not be discussed in this lecture. It would be discussed in the upcoming videos. But just to name them, they are and, or, XOR, NOT, left shift and right shift. If you are curious to know about them and you have studied about Boolean algebra, they are just similar to the Boolean and, or, XOR, NOT. Left shift and right shift are different. To know about them, keep following. The further videos will have more information about them.